What's up, everybody? It's Vanity V. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Hope you guys are enjoying this fall weather. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. I want to talk to you guys about something. I'm kind of nervous to talk about this because y'all are very opinionated in the comments, and I really be trying to be very, very logical, fair in my opinions that I bring you guys. But some of y'all be very oof. And so I'm really nervous about this topic, but I'm hoping that we can all have a dialogue about it without, y'all being mean in the comments. Because if you be mean to me and snap at me, I'm gonna snap at you back. You're nice to me, I'm nice to you. You don't have to agree with me, that's fine, but be respectful. So that's my little, my little spiel before we get into this video. But so are you guys familiar with Terrell Owens? I think he clarified that he pronounces his name Terrell, not Terrell. He was the wide receiver, amazing athlete. I think he played for the Cowboys for the majority of his career. And then, Terrell had a lot of different behavioral issues where he was switching teams and getting into trouble. And then I think he was kind of like blackballed from the NFL. And it's funny because he was on live with Ochocinco, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ochocinco had the same type of problems with the NFL, always getting into some mess, always causing trouble, always in the blogs for acting up. But they were on Ochocinco's live, or Ochocinco was on Terrell's live, I forget. And so they were having, candid conversations about things. And one of the things, y'all, that they talked about, Lord, was Terrell's experience dating black women. Okay, so let's talk about what he said. So the gist of what he said when he was talking to Ochocinco was that growing up, in high school, middle school, specifically high school, he was saying he loved black women, but that black women were not checking for him like that. They teased him, and he verbatim said that a lot of the self-esteem issues that he has was on account of black women. And I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about that in a minute. But he was, saying black women specifically teased him, talked about he was too dark, talked about, I guess how he is. He seems really quirky. So I'm going to assume that probably went into, and again, we don't know if these things were really happening, but this is his experience. He is saying that black women made him feel uncomfortable growing up, made him have bad self-esteem, were not supportive of him, talked about him, teased him for the way he looked, for his skin color and all of that, which is not far-fetched because we know colorism exists within the black community. So we're not going to pretend that that doesn't happen. But again, Terrell said that was his experience, right? So then what he also said is that when he went to college, he said he wanted to be with a black woman. He wanted to date black women. He was not looking to date white women. But then he said when he went to college, you know how it is, some of it, and we love white women too. We love y'all. But again, I'm speaking to his experience. He said that white women gave him more attention, were more attentive, were more accepting, were not judgmental, and all of the things that he wanted to see from sisters like me, or whoever it is that he wanted to date or was, courting or whatever when he was in high school. So he said when he went to college, he had a totally different experience, and that white women were the ones that were checking for him. And so he said that it never was a situation where he just wanted to date white women, contrary to popular belief, but that he just he wasn't in an environment or didn't feel safe that black women made him feel comfortable about who he is as a person. They didn't, help to pour into him as, and this is just my opinion based on what he gave us, the dialogue that he was having with Ochocinco. And so he even said now it is not a situation where he doesn't love black women, he doesn't want to date them, but he feels that they are not checking for him, okay? And so, Ochocinco was like, what? Really? They was, the black women were teasing you? And he was like, yeah, that was what happened to me. And I never felt loved by black women. And also, somebody drop in the comments and let me know. I think that Terrell had a weird relationship with his mom. I'm almost certain of that because I think he had a reality show where he had a contentious relationship with his mom where he felt that she didn't love him. that may also play into it too, because if you are a black man, I'm not a black man, I'm just guessing, so black men, you can correct me if you want to, but I imagine if you're a black man and your mother is black as well, and you don't feel the love from her, that may skew the way you feel about black women. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing. So y'all feel free to let me know. You always do. So let's just unpack this, okay? How are we gonna unpack this, you guys? First of all, let me just say this. I don't want to take away from his experience. I don't want to down him and say, well, get out of here, whatever. Black women, we love black men. Because let's keep it real. Not all black women. Some black women do behave like that. I think that a lot of black women, if the black man doesn't fit into what her view is, you know, because black people, we're not a monolith, right? We're all different. You know, some of us come from different parts of the country, which influences the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we act, you know, our swag, all of that. And so I think that a lot of times black women feel like if you don't fit into this box of what I think is fly or what I'm attracted to or whatever, then you're corny, you know, I'm gonna clown you and whatever. And I think that contributes to when some men, because this is not unique to Terrell. We see stories, and a lot of times the funny part is it's athletes that have these different types of stories, which in turn, you know, we see, and not all athletes, because a majority of black athletes, I believe, are with black women. And again, you know, you date who you want, date who you love, date who you want. I do take issue with people who don't want to date someone who looks like them. Because to me, it's like, okay, you come from a black woman. Or if you're Indian, you come from an Indian woman. Or if you're Latino, whatever. So it's almost to me like self-hate when you feel like, oh, I don't want to date a black woman, but you're black. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what is it that you hate so much about yourself? Which makes sense going back to Terrell. Not that he hates himself, but he admitted, like, it gave me self-esteem issues. It made me feel a way about myself because the women that look like me, that I love, that I want, didn't accept me. So I could see how that could affect him. So going back to what I was saying about how I think black women, we might play into this. I've even been guilty of it where I'm like, oh, he's corny. Oh, you know, look at who he's with, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I honestly don't even care who you date. I have brothers that are in interracial relationships. You know, look at me sounding like the white person that's like, I have a black friend. You know, I'm not racist. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you date who you want. But I do. However, you know, I do care that you don't love and appreciate someone who looks like you. You know, because you can date black women, or let's say if you're with a white woman, that doesn't mean you don't still love black women. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's nothing wrong with preference, but I do want to talk to black women. I think we need to do a little bit better. I think that, and maybe this comes with maturity. I don't know. I think that it all kind of stems in a place where, like, you're putting more importance on things that don't matter. His swag. Not that doesn't matter, but, you know, you always need to put your higher relevancy on the person. You know what I mean? Terrell could have been a great person. Obviously, look at he's one of the most talented people who have ever graced the NFL, you know, field. He is an amazing athlete. He had a lot to offer. You know, I've always had an affinity for him because he seems like he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he always has lots of emotions. They may not always come out right, but it seems like he has a good heart. You know, but again, it makes me sad that women that look like me made him feel away. Now, that doesn't mean he hasn't been an ass or showed his ass or acted up. You know, I don't know. But I don't know that man. He could have been a terror in his relationships. He could be a terrible mate. We don't know that. But it's just, I thought it was interesting. I wanted to talk to y'all about this because I remember when I was younger, and I feel like I could have played into different stereotypes like that. Because black people are not a monolith. I had people in my high school, that were like, oh, that are black men that, oh, he's corny, he's weird, he's into golf, he's into heavy metal, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that when we treat, black men like that, it can have a lasting effect on their self-esteem and how they view black women in the future. It can have a lasting effect on the way they view women in general and the relationships and things like that. And, I wonder how many black men are walking around feeling this way. You see people like Fresh and Fit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go too far down the Fresh and Fit rabbit hole, but like, for example, they hate themselves. They really do. Like they talk so bad about black women, but they hate themselves. They hate that they're black. They're insecure. They have women on their show that, of no intelligence. You know what I'm saying? They would never have a black woman who's successful like me on there to really talk real to them. And they dislike black women like me because there's something within themselves that they hate. Sometimes men like that, they're a lost cause. I'm not even necessarily talking about men like that, but I just think that we as women, we need to do better with supporting black men, regardless of their quirkiness, their personality. There's someone for everybody. And again, everyone has a preference. I'm not saying that you can't have a preference. I am saying that there's a way to have a preference and still make someone feel good about themselves. You can have a preference but not tease somebody for being dark skinned or light skinned or whatever, because that kind of stuff affects them in their adulthood and affects the choices that they make, the people they're around, their friendships, the people that they date. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if you guys haven't checked out that conversation that they had. It's a really good conversation. And I'm also curious, other ethnicities and cultures, do y'all have this issue too? Again, I'm a black woman, so I don't know the types of dynamics that Asian women have with Asian men, or Indian, vice versa, white women with white men, or Latino or whatever. I'm inclined to believe that this is something that's more prevalent with black people. I don't know, something's just telling me that. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let me know if you are of another, skin tone, another ethnicity, culture. Is this something that you guys experience with each other, where you guys have, your culture of men and women who maybe don't support each other enough? Maybe women feel, are made to feel insecure by men and vice versa. I don't know. But I really want to know if this is just something that's very, very unique to the black culture. But I don't want to be a part of anything like that. Again, you like who you like, you love who you love, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that you have to play a part in making someone feel less than just because they don't fit your standards. You know what I mean? So again, I thought it was an interesting conversation, and it makes me sad. It does. It makes me sad. Like I said, Terrell seems like he has his own set of issues of things he's gone through in his life, and the way maybe he has contributed to some of the things that have happened to him in a negative way, because he seemed like he was acting a fool for a while. But outside of that, it makes me sad that he had that experience growing up. And I want black women, I want us to do better and not cultivating, that type of environment for our black men, when we really should be loving and supporting them. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys saw the conversation, get down in the comments, let me know. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share, you guys. Thank you for supporting me and continuing to help my channel grow. I really love and appreciate you all, okay? So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to y'all all soon. Bye-bye.